Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. Before we start, I have an announcement to make. Tomorrow, Thursday, the 17th of January, at 7 p.m. UTC, that is London time, Cosmic Chimp and myself will stream from the Keen test servers. I will be streaming to YouTube and to my channel, and Cosmic will be streaming to Twitch on his channel. But we will also be hosted to the Keen community network on Twitch. Keen asked us to dabble around with the new stuff that comes in the next patch. And yeah, with the test servers, that's the thing. And yeah, I can just say I'm excited for that, to see the stuff and all these things. Yeah. So the links to all the channels and all this stuff will be in the description, and I hope I will see you there. Good, now to the regular programming. We are back on the carrier, and we had a bit of talk about all the reactor stuff in the description or in the comments of the last video, and there were a lot of good things that got suggested, and I took a look at a lot of it, and I have to just say it's a lot easier to just go with not the regular reactors, but with reactors that are able to put out more power. So one thing that got suggested was thorium reactors. Seem to be very, very nice. I have a bit of the feeling that they are just something different to not use uranium. They put out a lot more power, but as far as I saw it, there was no benefit, kind of. The only benefit was that you could use ice and stone, and that's one thing where I say stone is so abundant and ice is so abundant, maybe I shouldn't use that. Then I got a suggestion about cold fusion reactors. Cold fusion is always nice. Cold fusion reactors that were embedded in a pack that also brought a lot of weapons and damage model changes and all this stuff. So I decided against that. There was no singular pack with just the reactors, so I didn't want to do that. I just went with the normal azimuth reactors, so also the arc reactors kind of fell out. Maybe I will bring them in later. I'm really thankful for all the suggestions. People seem to put in a lot of work to say, hey, there are these reactors, take a look at them and maybe use them. I went with the normal reactors. These put out around 8 gigawatts of power. I have 2 of them now, so that should be absolutely enough to keep that thing in the air. And again, if I ever leave the ship here, I will blatantly cheat, put one of these black, the quantum black solar panels on here to just have the thing hover here and not go down in flames. Or I don't know, maybe I find an anchor and just anchor it to a pole or something like that. We will see how that works out. But for now, we should be able to use the mining beam, and that was one of the things I should take a look at now. Kind of, we need uranium and iron and a refinery, and it's one of the things that I have to do now. The first thing I want to do is be on the lookout for materials that we need. So we need iron, we need uranium. I thought maybe go up and bring the stuff down from orbit, and I did that with the first batch of uranium. We have, I think, power for 7 days now if we don't move. And you can see that a lot happened here in the meantime. I was busy building more and more. One thing we also need is a solution for the landing problem. The ship moves and goes down as soon as I connect the fighter up to it. And I'm not sure why that happens. I have the feeling it could be an interaction between the landing gears and the deck. So we might have to have raised connectors that connect it up, and then I want to test that if that works, because as soon as I land the thing and connect it up and I don't connect the landing gears, the whole thing moves. It's not able to stop. It's like with the gas cells, so it continues movement downwards, although it shouldn't. I have moved all the stuff from the landing platform or the landing deck to up here. The next thing I have to do is put in some side thrusters and put down more big thrusters to keep the thing in the air. I have the back and forth thrusters. You can see that the thrusters that fire backwards are just in here. I will put some heavy blocks in front of them and then keep them in here. That should still work out without burning the whole thing to the ground. The back thrusters, the thrusters that will move the ship, I made these casings around them. I will color them also, and they're like these air ducts, kind of, to protect the whole thruster in there, and made some vents so air can get into that. Not that it is necessary, but you can see the thruster now spinning behind these things. I kind of like it. So because we don't have, or at the moment we don't have ships that need a landing strip, I can get away with that. Having just maybe this small window where things could fly in. The bridge will be up here. I decided against the layout of an aircraft carrier with the side bridge here. I don't know, I didn't feel it, kind of, so that's a thing. While moving the whole stuff back up there, the level script and all that stuff, this will never be moved again. This will stay there because I crashed the ship again and had to reload. There was no, it fell from up here down there, turned around, crashed directly on its head, and it's just, the level script is dangerous, and now we have it up here. It will never go away from here again. So move the solar panels to up here. They are at the moment just they're here to support the reactors. What I want to do is I want to build a small craft today that we maybe can anchor at the bottom of the ship. I have the idea to maybe put in some hangar doors and have two chutes down here in the bottom, where we can drop out really small craft, scout craft or something like that, that we can use to find materials, mark spaces with GPS coordinates where this ship can fly to, and then we can test out the mining beam. The mining beam now should perfectly work because we have a lot of power available, and if we find uranium, that's the first thing we should find, we will bring that in. Maybe before I do that and waste materials on other things, we should go and maybe put down a refinery. I have assemblers already, so the next logical step would be a refinery, and maybe have one so where we can maybe put some, yeah, put the upgrades on the back. Maybe later I want to have a second one. I want to have one dedicated to uranium, so we will use definitely one just for uranium. Has to do with the fact that, again, there is a way to, with all yield modules and all that stuff, to get 10 times the uranium out of the energy you put into it, or something like that. Again, that's something I read and I want to go with. I realized that it is easier to bring down ingots, by the way, than to bring down the finished product. So the next travels I will do with this ship not only should lead to more building on this thing, but also to, yeah, bring us down materials. I might have to change the layout of the landing gears here, because again, this needs to change. I have to make experiments how I can get the ship to be stable and not not go down while this thing is connected. Okay, good. First step, as always, is to maybe we should measure it. The normal hangar doors are there's an opening too wide, and that's what I want to have. I want to have two maybe normal hangar doors. I have some modded in there that open wider. Maybe we can use them, but I want to have them separated in the middle, and then maybe two chutes with, yeah, hangar doors on the side. And it would be nice if the Scout would fit through there. So we need something that is at maximum 2 blocks wide. A bit thinner would be good. We can go with completely go with what do I want to say? Atmospheric thrusters. I'm not sure if I might go with batteries instead of, yeah, maybe go with batteries instead of the a reactor or something like that. That could be an idea. See, the azimuth batteries are in here now, but they must be a lot better with it. But we will go with the normal ones. And at thrusters, we could use these, the LY ones. Metal grid. Is it? That's the big ones. 18. So there's no difference in these. They shouldn't be completely ridiculously better. Would be nice to just have smaller blocks. We will take a look, I think. And then what else do we need? We need a landing gear for now to anchor it to the ship. No. 9 again. 9. So that should be anchored, and now we can start to build. I usually go with to have a thing that brings us up it's always good to go with the big thrusters instead of the small ones. The problem here would be that you can see that the big thrusters, even for the small ships, are fairly big. Fairly big. So the LY thrusters, how are they structured? So these are small. Ooh, maybe that's the better. It's an idea to go with these and have the flat thrusters. By the way, I could see if I use instead of the big thrusters on here, I could use these, have a flat thing. I will see how that looks. Maybe we can supplement that. If these thrusters are the same and put out the same power, then maybe we can just go with that. I will use them here. I will use them here for the small ship here. Good. Give me my... I need a cockpit on here, and what I definitely need is I want to have a connector on the top so that we can bring the thing in, lock it to the ship, and then we have to see if it does the same as the... yeah, I could run into the same problem with this thing that I'm running into with the transport ship. So also that would be good to just test it. It could be that this thing is then a lot lighter, so maybe it's not as bad. For have a connector on top. The battery is okay. That's good, because now if we go with a connector, the small connector is not as high as we could go with it embedded in here. And then I could have some atmospheric thrusters on here, because we saw that there are slope thrusters. Slope thrusters. Normally for atmospheric craft and in planetary gravity you don't need that, but I explained that in one video that I usually do that to if I ever want to go with scripts or anything like that. Most of the scripts kind of want to have, or even in planetary gravity, want to have thrusters pointing upwards, so that the scripts work. That's sometimes they just need that, and I'm happy to oblige there and go with, don't know, a few thrusters shouldn't be problematic here. Good. Side thrusters. We have the big on the bottom. Now the question is, should we also go big? Do we really need crazy fast acceleration here? I'm not sure. Maybe just a few thrusters. Again, this ship, you see, I want to have it as compact as possible. It doesn't need to be beautiful. It's a scout. Maybe we can put some blocks on the sides or something like that. But at the moment, we keep it in roughly one block, and that's basically what I want. Although having some blocks on the sides could be neat. Maybe so I'm able to, let me let me do something. The usual thing we do with while I'm building craft. I want to have, we have side, we have down, we have up, so we need some to the front and some to the back, and then we bring this thing up to the landing deck, because if we go with batteries, having some solars on here is always a thing I really like, so that if anything happens I can go down, load up the batteries, go back up. Okay, let me fly that thing up there. Can I see? having this ooh, whoa. Maybe they are overpowered. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They shouldn't be, or? So let us see. This one, the downwards. Okay, I have to up to 1 point, current effective 1.1 meganewton. Let us see if that's the same here. I just want to be sure not to put crazy. Oh, that is not good. They are a lot better. They are a lot better than the normal ones. They take more energy. They take more energy. They take more energy. I think they take more energy. So max required input 2.4. What's up with these? Up 4.8. Okay, that's okay. They take more energy. The only thing that I think is wrong is they also they take the same amount of things. That's a bit problematic right now for me. But okay. Let us see. Solar panels. We have some. I have some more solar panels that I can use. I could go to the small solar panels and use these. I want to stick one on there for now. That maybe is just here to load it up for now. And then I want to build some around here. This whole top thing will go at one point, but I have to see. 27 minutes. The solar panel is working, so the whole thing doesn't work really well with the battery, I have the feeling. "27 minutes is not a good flight time for this thing." I would say I put some more work in and come back to you, and then we might also go on a short trip to find some materials, and I decide in the meantime if I want to go with the thrusters. It is not beautiful, but I kind of like it. It is small, it is thin. That's the one thing I'm really after, kind of. It doesn't take up too much space. I'm not sure if it will be fast as hell, but it has some some thrusters on here that can do stuff, and I have missing blocks on here. So I had to sneak in a reactor. There was no way around that. The reactor is in the front here, so we can access it from the outside. I don't know what happened there. I'm not done yet, but you can see that down there, the speed at the moment. Do you see that? 0.03. That's the speed I have at the moment. And the only thing that at the moment is connected to the ship via connector is the scout I'm building there. We can go out there, and I deliberately turned off the upwards thrust of that thing, and I had to make some changes. The thing crashed onto the deck because just the battery is not enough, and I had to now put some reactors on there, and even the reactors are not enough, so that's why I connected it up to fill up the battery itself, so that thing can fly. I might have to change it later again. I had a discussion with someone on my Discord about testing in survival testing, and not a discussion, he suggested testing the whole ship in creative, and I said no, I'm testing in survival. That's how I'm doing it. And sometimes I should break up with this, because the small reactors just put out 500 kilowatts of power. That's nothing. That's nothing when one of the big reactors is or big thrusters is already taking 600 just to hold this thing up. I could remove all the blocks again and make this thing light, but these air vents, for example, take up 300 kilowatts of power and I thought I could just stick them on there, put them on depressurized to fill up the cockpit with oxygen. No, I can't. I might have to change a lot of it again. This at the back might stay for a while. I want to make a trip today and hopefully find some uranium. But you can see that this is what's happening. Now the ship is going down because this ship is hanging on it. If I start up the thruster again, large atmospheric thruster, then suddenly it stops. So that's not good. That is not a good thing for this thing being a carrier flying with ships attached to it, as long as I can't keep up the thrust. If I put anything on the deck, by the way, and connect anything to the deck, whatever hits the deck, like landing gears, is constantly sparking. I'm not sure if that works out the way I want it to work. I'm not sure. Maybe I have to hang some things or something like that. We will have to see how that works out. Good. Let me maybe work a bit more on it and fly out and hopefully find uranium, and then we bring in the big ship and hopefully start to mine today. Okay, we are above a uranium deposit that is was gladly not too far away from the lake, so it's just over there. But the thing that happened is that as soon as I rode out with the scout, by the way, you can see that I have the ships anchored now, but I have them sticking out on their connectors, and I have the thrusters still turned on. So that's the thing. But as soon as I rode out there, an outpost spawned, and the thing now is that I'm getting attacked by drones. I had to add another laser to the whole system. And now I at least can defend myself from them. But yeah, not too happy about that. Good, let us see. One thing is, I want to see the beam drill turret. The aiming radius I can hopefully bring up again to 800. And I want to have priority mining, and a thing I definitely want is uranium. Add to selection. So question is, does that thing now work on its own, or do I need to turn that on? So whatever happens there, give me the, I want to have the beam drill, and I think I will have it on or off. The beam drill should be turned so it doesn't collect stone, that's good. Now let's see what happens when we turn that thing on. Turn on. It happens. It is drilling. And what's coming in? Is it uranium? That would be just great. Come on. Let me see. Let me see. Ice. Ah, please. Is it immediately getting destroyed or something like that? It's coming in. We have uranium coming in. That is amazing. The refinery is working already. Ooh, that makes my life a lot better now that we can mine. But you can see that we only have 20 hours left. Let's say it that way. We need to upgrade the refinery so that we can go out with a hopefully a positive there. I will turn off the beam drill for now. Stay here. You can see, by the way, the laser there on the side. And here we can work now. I will grab more uranium and I will upgrade the refinery. Maybe put in the next one. That would be neat. And then we have to figure out a way how we can store the ships on here. I'm not sure. Maybe wheels and connectors, and then replace a lot of the stuff with maybe heavy armor. We will have to see. Good people, I would say that's all for today. Hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on the video, and remember, tomorrow is stream day, and I'm happy that yeah, we can stream for Keen now. That's amazing. Good people, thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.